What I want to do before diving into the safety pilot is just give you a 2-minute background on the actual larger connected vehicle safety research program. Safety pilot is one component of this research program. There are other components of it as well, but right now safety pilot is kind of at the forefront of this research program. And the goals and the purpose of this research program is actually to develop safety applications that are used on highways communicating between vehicles and between infrastructure as well. Now, this communication between these vehicles and infrastructure and devices actually occurs across the dedicated short-range communications, the 5.9 gigahertz technology. So the idea is that the vehicles are emitting information to surrounding vehicles and surrounding infrastructure about themselves, and that allows the infrastructure and the other vehicles and wireless devices and drivers, operators to see this information and process it, and then it is utilized in these safety applications to actually improve crash safety on the highways. So the interesting part about this, and this is something that Volpe's done extensive analysis on, is this connected vehicle technology actually has the potential to address over 80% of the vehicle crash scenarios that do not involve impairment of drivers. And the goal of this initiative is really to test these safety applications in real-world driving scenarios. So the idea is real-world driving scenarios, what are those? Well, that's actually talking about naive drivers who are not working on this technology, experiencing this on public roads in environments that you would typically be involved in when you're driving on the highways or driving on the local streets. So that's really the goal of the safety pilot program, is let's get this technology in the hands of these naive drivers. Let's collect data on it. Now, each of the agencies here is playing a major part in this. NHTSA is looking at things from the vehicle perspective and the vehicle regulations, what equipment should be on the vehicles. Federal Highway is thinking about things from the infrastructure perspective. What is needed at the roadside? What type of equipment is needed to support this? How effective is it? Motor carriers, of course, coming at things from the heavy vehicle component. What's there that's going to make the heavy vehicles safer and reduce motor vehicle crashes? Transit is obviously looking at things from the bus perspective on the highways. It's the University of Michigan, the Transportation Research Institute, and they are actually going to be the lead on the model deployment piece of this program. And what that is the field test. So they are responsible for installing the hardware, the roadside equipment, recruiting the drivers, and ensuring that we get enough interaction data that Wasim's group is going to be able to evaluate this and provide feedback to NHTSA regarding the safety benefits. Let's talk quickly about what Volpe's role in a lot of this is. I've mentioned little bits of it briefly here and there, but I want to highlight specific areas. There's 3 categories really, and there's program management support, which is, we'll get into all the details on that, but it's really at the high level, structuring the programs, the procurements, what are we doing to help guide the program and support Mike Shagrin at the IPS JPO and the other staff who are on the hook for a lot of this. We've also got the V2V device certification, and this actually feeds very much off the presentation we heard last time in the Trajectories about GPS, because at the heart of all of these devices that we're building is GPS technology, and so that is what we're using for positioning determination. So there's a lot of implications there. We're doing a lot of testing there. And then finally is the independent evaluation. I've talked about that a few times, and we can't really overstress how important it is that we're able to evaluate, we get the data we need to evaluate and provide that to support NHTSA.